It's the first Diva Speak TV of 2009. We are back on the block like Quincy Jones and Tevin Campbell. Yes, folks, we're here. Tomorrow will bring better you, better me. You know that we'll show this world we've got more Diva Speak. This week's Superwoman of the Week goes to Aaliyah Houghton. Aaliyah would have celebrated her 30th birthday on January 16th, and we are sad to say that she's not here with us, but we still celebrate her life and her music, and while she was here, she was definitely a wonderful personality and someone to look up to. So rest in peace to Aaliyah and happy birthday. Niggas, grab ya if you love big ups. Ladies, rub ya if you love let downs. Cause we've got one. We just gave Superwoman of the Week to Aaliyah, who unfortunately passed away in a plane crash 8 years ago. But this week there was another plane crash and these folks survived. So this week's big up goes to the passengers and the pilot of the Usair flight that landed in the Hudson River for making it out alive. On its way to North Carolina, a U.S. air flight had some Canadian geese fly into the engine, and the flippin' pilot had to make a split-second decision because the engine's caught on fire. He was either gonna fly into New York City or fly into the Hudson River. Split-second decision, on some ninja shit, he's like, you know what? I'm gonna have to land in the Hudson River. And all of the passengers made it out alive. I mean, trust, it's probably like 7 degrees outside, so the Hudson is definitely not anywhere you want to be right now. But thankfully the Coast Guard and everybody was on their mark. It's really just nice to see that that could happen, because with so much tragedy going on every day, something got to give. I didn't want to do it. I went into this with an open mind and an open heart. But ladies and gentlemen, hate on me if you will, but this week's letdown goes to the Notorious B.I.G. movie. I would just like to discuss a few issues that I had with the movie. 1. Hi, I'm Tupac. I'm a revolutionary and I'm mad, but I'm also hella goofy and just skinny as shit. Now, if I was Pac, I would have been real hot if they had me looking like such a sun in this peach saffron silky shirt and whatnot, you know, and nah, those are my boys, come on. Like, I just took such issue with this sunnish portrayal of my man, Tupac Amaru Shakur. And then there was Puff. Babe, my pops died hustling these same streets when I was 2. Can't change the world if we don't change ourselves. Take that. Now here I am trying to give y'all a little puff. Like, I got this coat with the fur, and like I got the earring in, and I'm doing the dances, but I just can't get it quite right. Kind of like the movie. Now I ain't saying Puffy is an ugly man, but Derek Luke is exceptionally fine. He is too damn fine to be Puffy. I'm just saying. Then there was this situation. This is Valletta Wallace. This is Angela Bassett. She's an actress playing Valletta Wallace, a woman from Jamaica. And there are some basic language scenarios that go down with a West Indian accent that I'm sorry you just can't overlook if you're going to play a West Indian. 1. There are no THs. I don't want to hear you say everything and you're just acting like a thug. I need to hear everything I work for. You're just hanging out with these thugs and I don't know what you think is gonna happen with this music. Everybody knows in a Jamaican accent, they put H's where there aren't any and they take H's away when there are H's. I should never hear heart. You're breaking my heart. No Jamaican would say that. You're breaking my heart. Potatoes. Now you might say I'm being nitpicky, but the problem was that sometimes she would employ these things, but then other times it would be like mama's down home cooking. And it was just confusing to me how she had a sometime need your faking accent. You feel me? Because I feel like the fact that Valletta Wallace was an immigrant from Jamaica is a huge part of how Biggie came to be the person he is. Now, some folks had an issue with Gravy is Big. I didn't really have that much of an issue. I just think they should have played Biggie's actual tracks and had him lip sync to them as opposed to remake them. You know, the thing about this movie is that you're telling the story of someone's life. And the way that it's told to me is like in bullet points. And at the end of the day, I don't want my story to be told like it's an agenda. I want it to be told like it's an experience. Honestly, where was all the music in the movie? Where was that? Is it me? I just felt like there wasn't that many times for us to say the words. The whole thing about Biggie that made him so exceptional was his ability to make the music. When you have such strong songs that are such reality based on his actual life, you are given a blueprint that you can follow to tell his story. And they left that out, man. They did not give us that. They didn't give us something that we can give to other people to say, this is why you need to know why Biggie was dope. Look at this. And that's what it should have been about. We got juicy though. We definitely got juicy because you know everybody in that theater said, and if you don't know, now you know, nigga. And then a fight broke out. It's time for another edition of From the Blogosphere. So there's been some exciting times in the Blogosphere since the year has started, and I wanted to touch on some of them. Number one, big ups to Q-Tip for releasing Man Woman Boogie. It is online, you can check it out. Let me know what you think about it, and you can go to this link right here.
Sing it one more time.
I know it seems like, oh, it's already halfway through January, so why are you talking about this? But trust me, it hasn't been resolved. You know, on January 1st, when Oscar Grant was fatally wounded by a member of the Bay Area Police Department, the biggest aspect of that to me was the fact that so many people had caught it on tape and put it online. And that really showed some insight into how far we've come technology-wise, because it really unified folks across the world and brought this issue of police brutality to a whole new level. I mean, similar to when the Rodney King beating was caught on tape, now we got different angles, different folks, closer, further away. I mean, had this not been able to have been documented in such a manner, you know full well it would have been swept right under the rug.
The protest is now planned in response to the New Year's Day deadly officer-involved shooting, and we have to stop and warn you first that video obtained exclusively by KTVU shows the actual shooting. This may not be suitable for some viewers.
I mean, being able to see the tape also allows some insight into the whole scenario. I mean, to me personally, it looked like the cop pulled his gun and the safety wasn't on, it actually went off, and then you see him like, oh shit, what do we do now? The problem is that you shouldn't have pulled your gun in the first place. That was really the problem. But nonetheless, the most important thing to realize here is that the Blogosphere is a place for more than just porn, putting up music, or gossiping about celebrities. It's also a place where justice can actually be served and seen. From the Blogosphere. The Blogosphere mollywopped me like I was Suge Knight's girlfriend this week. Psh, no Suge, no Blogosphere. I got zipped by the Blogosphere this week simply for speaking out about the way that certain comments are made on sites. I just feel like when comments reach a point of disrespecting not someone's music, but disrespecting their womanhood, we should step in as bloggers and say, hey, let's keep it to the music. Well, I got chastised. I mean, and you know what's wild is that the biggest thing that people were pissed at me about was, how dare you be sensitive? Amanda, how dare you have an issue with folks saying they want a nut in your face? I'm human. I can have a little moment. Amanda, how dare you have an issue with someone saying her hair looks like pretzels? I want a nut in those pretzels. You're ridiculous. Come on now. I can't have some type of feeling about that without being called emo and trifling. Shout to Complex. And I also feel like, you know, we should never get to a point where wild out behavior is just considered the norm, and how dare you have an issue with these folks wilding out. I mean, as much as I would love adamantium claws, shing, like Wolverine, I and the rest of the artists out here are human. And yes, when we put stuff up there, you know, it does take a lot of balls, but the reality is that you are putting yourself out there, and you know that people are gonna get at you, but ever so often, people get at you just a little too crazy. And I don't feel that we should be castigated as artists for having something to say about that. Well, the one thing about a shitty week is that it lets you know that the next week has a good chance of being better. So that's what it is. Amanda Diva here, Diva Speak TV, episode 39. We are cooking! Big ups as always to Artech NYC, the best graphics firm. Make sure you check out artechnyc.com, and also all of our subscribers. Tell a friend so they can subscribe at youtube.com/divaspeaktv, and our syndicates as well. We're trying to do big things. We're moving on up. We're going to take this thing to the moon. So all you Diva Speak TV followers, we love you, and we cannot wait to keep this year going in the right direction with more great quality content for you. Mwah!